Yo. Make sure that's working. Looks good. And then the other one. Waiting for stream data. Video data. Alright. 3, 2, 1. Cool. Was that working? Yes. How's it going? Can do another drink review. This is a classic. The Arizona Diet Green Tea with Ginseng. The specific version of it is the Big Boy. I think they call it Big Boy. The 22 ounce. It's approximately 6 foot tall man. So frame of reference. I don't know if that's helpful. Here's another frame of reference, even though CDs are no longer relevant. So that's kind of how big it is. Yeah. Got their classic logo. Nice mix of gold and brown color scheme on this one. So that is cha. I know that much. On the bottom, I think. Kanji. Just tea. Yeah, kind of cool looking can, I guess. There's the nutrition facts. I'll read these out in a bit. But yeah, a can's a can, right? But this one is especially big. So, obviously, depending on your drink, the size of it, it's going to be different information potentially, but this is the 22 ounce can, which is 650 milliliters. And then it says approximately 2 servings per container. One serving is going to be 12 fluid ounces, 355 milliliters. So for one serving, it's basically 0 calories, 5 milligrams of sodium, less than 1 gram of total sugars, and 18 milligrams of vitamin C, which is 20% of your daily value. And then, of course, the entire can is, which this doesn't make sense. One serving is 0, but per can it says 10 calories. How does that work? Why wouldn't it be 5 and 10? I don't know, but per container it's 10 calories, 10 milligrams of sodium, 2 grams of total carbohydrates. Of that, it's sugar, so 2 grams of total sugars, and then 33 milligrams of vitamin C. So I don't understand how it goes from 0 to 10, but it's 10 calories for the can. Ingredients: premium brewed blend of green teas using filtered water, honey, natural flavors, citric acid, ascorbic acid, vitamin C, sucralose, and aspartame. Well, it's sucralose and acyl flame potassium. So I think that's aspartame is like the official brand name for ACESULFAME. Oh, I mispronounced it. Acyl flame potassium. So it's ACESULFAME, ace flame potassium. Those two are sugar alternatives. That's what sweetens the drink, but it's not actual sucralose, or it's not actual sucrose sugar. It's sucralose and ace flame potassium. So if you are okay with that stuff, That's what it uses to sweeten this drink. Sodium citrate, ginseng root extract, and that says manufactured for Arizona beverages in Woodbury, New York. It also says no preservatives, no synthetic color, and no artificial flavor. And it also says it contains a small amount of honey, not for use by diabetics, without advice of a physician, according to the can. So, and it's under 2 grams. That's what it looks like. Basically, just read out the entire back. Anyways, we can pop this open. This is a classic. Personally, I used to drink Arizona drinks, teas and such quite a bit in the earlier 2000s, maybe before that. I'm okay with them. This one's obviously diet. The ones with sugar in them have a lot of calories, especially for a can this size. But this one with the sugar alternatives is clearly not high calorie. But then you have to consider if you're okay with the sucralose and flame potassium. So up to you. But yeah, and they're obviously well known, and this is a classic. I like the taste of it, but we'll get to that. Let's pop it open. Quite the compression sound, or decompression sound. It's probably good. Obviously no carbonation. I probably should have shaken it, but it's been moved around quite a bit, so I think it's fine. I can see my face in the thing there. Yeah, it's got a kind of an amber brown, light brown color. And it said no artificial colors, so this is natural tea and whatever else is in here. Look. But I can do it. Zoom in as well. Should hopefully get the camera to focus properly. There's some water spots in my cup. But yeah, that's what it looks like. My cup was not super clean looking, so it's part of what it looks like. There's a better, cleaner area. Yeah. That's good. Let's do the smell test. It's kind of a slight sour smell to it. Maybe that's the ginseng. On the list here, that is towards the bottom, so it's actually the last ingredient, ginseng root extract. So that means it's the smallest quantity, so it's even less than the 2 sugar alternatives, and however much they put into here. So I don't know if it's coming from that. I don't know. Does this smell like actual tea? Yeah, to me, it's kind of a slight sour smell to it. Which is, it's not bad, but it doesn't necessarily smell like tea to me. Anyways, let's try it out. Pretty sweet tasting. Obviously no carbonation. Although it does look like there's bubbles in it. Does it taste like tea? That is the question. I usually drink tea now without any sugar or anything like that. And I usually cool it down or just not, I don't like hot drinks, so I drink iced tea basically. As an iced tea, this does not taste like just straight tea, clearly. Uh, it does dry out my mouth slightly, kind of the after effect of the sugar substitutes, I think. It is sweet tasting. It does have somewhat of a tea type flavor to it. This was one of my go-tos when I was younger. I think it's fine. Obviously, if you aren't used to tea at all, it might just taste like sweet liquid of some sort to you. But this one is more designed for the general population. So, you get the sweetness, you get a bit of a tang, sourness from, I assume the ginseng. Does it have citric acid in here? It's vitamin C. That's going to contribute a little bit to it. It also has citric acid, so the slight citric acid flavor, and it just says natural flavors as well, whatever those are. Yeah, that combo. I think it's pleasant to drink even in this diet version. Just trying to think of something relevant I can say about it. Yeah, out of the teas that are, I can't really talk about prices on Amazon, but this one's more of a discount brand of tea. Comparatively, if I were to compare this to, I don't like peak tea. That's so, especially the non-sweetened version, but it's very, very acidic. This is not. So they're a combination of vitamin C, ascorbic acid, and citric acid as the stabilizers in the drink to keep it shelf stable and decent tasting for long periods of time on a shelf or whatever. I prefer vitamin C over phosphoric acid. Citric acid is kind of in the middle of those, and this does have citric acid, but it also combines it with that vitamin C. I think that's a nicer combination at the very least. So it doesn't take as much away from the tea itself. But with this drink, it just, since I've gone more towards just like actually drinking tea by itself, yeah, it's different. It's fine. It's just different than drinking actual tea without anything in it. Maybe just adding some lemon to actual tea. You're going to get a very different experience from this thing versus that. So if you're used to sweet drinks, you're used to soda pop, this will be something that probably matches your palate than just drinking tea. But as I've grown older, it's different. It's fine. I think it tastes pretty good for what it is. But don't go into this thinking, oh, I'm drinking some healthy, amazing thing, because it's a combo of different stuff, and obviously it has those sugar alternatives in here, which you can debate if they're good or bad for you or whatever. But if you do want something that at least tastes sweet and you don't want the calories, I think this is fine. Yeah, it's pleasant tasting. And then it does have that little bit of ginseng root extract and vitamin C and the very slight amount of honey in it. Yeah, it's not bad. And technically, the little bit of honey, I think it's 2 grams for the can. I think that it probably does contribute a little bit to the flavor, which adds a nice little, more of a natural sweetness compared to other drinks that do use the sugar alternatives. This doesn't have those like extreme fake sugar tastes to it, which is nice. So at the very least, Amazon had, or Arizona, what am I saying? Arizona has done a good job of making it taste pretty close to normal table sugar. And also masking it with the ginseng and the little bit of honey. Yeah. Anyways, I think it's pretty good for what it is. Very nice. I don't know if you're a fan of Arizona teas and drinks. Like I said, I was drinking them a lot in the past. I even had a little Arizona ambassador card that you could sign up for, and they'd send you a little card. I don't have it with me at the moment, but I'm pretty sure I still have it around somewhere. And you just put your name on it, and I kind of messed up my name on it, so. But that was fun. I don't know if they still do that. But since then, like I said, I just go for normal tea usually. But this is fine. It's fun and easy to get. Relatively inexpensive usually, but the price does vary, of course. Yeah. So I think I'm good on this. Hopefully you enjoyed my little review of Arizona. Or maybe I'll do a summary. I'll do a full one-shot summary of this thing before I end stream. Arizona Diet Green Tea with Ginseng. Let's go over the ingredients quickly here. And as well as the nutrition facts. So we've got 10 calories for the can. This is 22 ounces. Also has 10 milligrams of sodium, 2 grams of total sugars. And the ingredients, we've got premium brewed tea. Well, premium blend of green tea using filtered water, honey, natural flavors, citric acid, ascorbic acid, vitamin C, sucralose, ace flame potassium, sodium citrate, ginseng root extract. So we've got the sugar alternatives there, that those are in here. So if you're sensitive or prefer not to drink them, it does have that. It has a very slight amount of honey in here as well. Yeah. Let's do a pour again. There we go. It's got a nice color to it. Does not have any artificial coloration, which is good. Got that tea color. And the smell to it, it's a little bit sour smelling, but it's pleasant. Drinking it, it's sweet. It does have a bit of tea flavor to it, but they also add that slight amount of honey, the ginseng flavor, I assume. I don't really know what that tastes like by itself. It is different than actual tea, in my opinion. Obviously, it has the sugar alternative, so it's pretty sweet tasting, but it's pleasant for what it is. Yeah. I like to drink, and if you want to at least get into drinking tea, but you're used to pop, soda pop, and other very sweet drinks, I think this is fine to start your journey into drinking tea. So it still might be different to you if you're not used to ever drinking tea. But at the very least, I think it's a good starter to try out. Yeah. All right. I'm good on this. the in stream here on this. Hopefully, if you see it after the fact, you enjoy it. Peace. There we go. And then this one.